With the possible exception of the integration of educational technology and collaborative design thinking principles into instruction, no area has had greater impact on teaching and learning in recent years than advances in brain science. In the coming weeks, Emily and I will offer a few short videos like this one that share some of the most relevant findings for both teachers and parents caregivers. Today I'd like to discuss how the human brain matures, the nature and varied pace of its growth, and why it matters to us as we partner home and school to empower children to fulfill their academic potential and stay well. What we now know about the growth of the brain is that it is neither predictable nor linear. In fact, the pace of the growth of the brain is so varied that of the more than 100 billion people who have ever lived, not a single brain is believed to have been identical to another. And furthermore, the pace of one's brain development is just as varied, especially through childhood and adolescence. And rather than develop in a steady, progressive, linear fashion, brains develop by what can be thought of as linear darting, moving forward over time, but darting back and forth all the while in unpredictable patterns. This is why your child can literally be less mature on Thursday than they were on Tuesday, or more. And it's why one moment a child can offer the most profound insight, seemingly revealing a depth of understanding and mental acuity the world has seldom seen, and a few hours later that same child is wondering aloud if 1 inch of snow is deep enough to catch them safely if they leap off the roof of a garage. Why does this matter to us? The wholly unique, nonlinear, and unpredictable development of the human brain is something that educators and parents should keep in mind as they frame their own expectations for the children in their lives. One moment, one interaction, whether inspiring or concerning, seldom reveals much about their thinking and maturity. It's simply how our brains grow. So we should keep our expectations high, encourage students to reach intellectually, and provide the scaffolding they need, often in the form of simply posing questions for them to think about during an exchange, or pointing them in the right direction for reliable sources of information, while expecting them to present alternatively as both brilliant and clueless. Given that the human brain reaches full maturity at about 30 years of age, and that our capacity for generating big feelings develops years before our skills of evaluation, regulation, and executive functioning, they're quite literally not playing with a full deck. Finally, this area of brain science also matters because it helps inform the kind of praise we should offer children. It is counterproductive and ultimately unhealthy to praise children for being something, including being smart or bright or creative, since they will eventually come to notice the same moments we notice when they are decidedly not any of those things, and feel inadequate, as if they're supposed to be perfect. Such praise misleads children into thinking that their brains are fixed, finished, unchangeable, and that one is either born smart or not, creative or not. Instead, it is best to praise students for specific things we know will help their brains and their capacity for high-level and creative thinking grow. Praising them, for instance, for their hard work, their listening, their grit, their curiosity, questions, commitment, faith and success, kindness, helpfulness, willingness to seek help, their joy in discovering new things, their desire to understand more deeply, their effort to become more organized, their passion for reading or painting or volleyball, etc. Informed by brain science, we know that this is what impactful praise looks like and how we can help children fulfill their academic potential.